Good morning. Welcome to My Legal Advocate, hosted by Maraki and Medolla, and I'm here with Juan Medolla, one of the partners with the law firm. How are you this morning, Juan?
I'm doing well, Blanca. How are you this morning?
I'm doing amazing, and it was incredible having you on the Fired Up with Blanca radio show this Wednesday night. That was really great getting to know you, and everybody can go and watch the replay of that show. So, Juan, today we're talking about a really important topic, which is the types of damages that a person can recover in a personal injury incident. So right off the bat, what is damage?
Well, when most of our listeners, most of our clients first hear the term damage, they think maybe the damage to their car, the damage maybe to their body. But in the legal sense, damage is a term of art. Damages is the financial recovery one can get from a following a personal injury accident.
Okay, and what are the types of damages?
Well, there's several types. The major categories are economic damages, there are non-economic damages, and there are punitive damages.
And what is, just starting off with economic, what are examples of the economic damages?
Well, economic, like it sounds like, is the money that you've actually paid out in order to treat the injuries following the event that caused you to be injured due to somebody else's negligence. It could also be the loss of income. It could be, wages. It could be even lost vacation time or lost sick time that you've racked up at work. Essentially, any money that is owed to you is economic damages.
And what about non-economic? Like, what does that mean?
Well, non-economic, you're thinking more along the lines of that's where you're getting into pain and suffering, loss of enjoyment of life, suffering mental anguish, those loss of consortium in situations when a spouse is joining a claim with their injured spouse. I think emotional damage when you're thinking non-economic.
Those types of damages are so difficult to measure. What is your experience on how someone can successfully recover those types of damages for pain and suffering and emotional distress?
This is really where the most difficult part of litigating, improving personal injury cases comes. It's showing how someone who is feeling something it's a subjective feeling, and how someone else could objectively understand that to be caused by the negligence of someone else. The real best way to do it is to go seek medical treatment and having a professional in that field diagnose you with your injury. Give you a diagnosis of whether it be PTSD, depression, anything like that that could document how your life has started to change since the event that caused the claim.
It really does make us remember why this education of the community is so important. And just to reiterate, without this documentation, these types of damages will not be able to be established, and then they won't be able to be recovered.
That's exactly right, Blanca. And that's exactly why we try to do these shows. A lot of people hear a lot of these commercials for personal injury attorneys. A lot of them are great attorneys giving good information, but if we have an opportunity to educate the community right when the event happens, to start gathering their documents and start going to see the right doctors, it'll put them in a better situation when a lawsuit is actually filed.
That is such a good point. And I really appreciate this education. Now, how do we calculate emotional pain and suffering? Is there a way how to get a fair estimate of that, or how does that work?
So there are a few ways that attorneys will try to explain and quantify pain and suffering. I've seen methods of taking the actual gross economic damages and multiplying it by 3. A jury sometimes may wonder where we got that number, but the way that I like to try to do it is we take the average lifespan of a person under the same condition, age, gender, and medical history, and see how many days they have left and try to put a dollar amount per day for the injury. So for example, say someone never felt back pain in their life and now suffered a bad rear end hit and have herniated discs that require surgery. And no matter what they feel for the rest of no matter what treatment they get for the rest of their lives, they are going to wake up stiff and with pain. Now, how much would that be worth a day to not have to feel that? That would be a way that we could quantify to a jury so where that they could understand, yeah, I don't want to wake up and feel like that. That's not worth $10 a day. That's not worth $20 a day to me to feel like that.
Wow, when you put it like that, it really hits home as to why it's so important to be represented and to really, because you don't think about this. What is the value of living a life without pain? And without counsel, it would be very difficult for you to establish and really fully recover the damages that you might be entitled to. And
That's exactly right.
What about punitive damages? Tell me, are those really meant as they imply punishment?
That's exactly what they mean. They actually mean to punish the tortfeasor. The tortfeasor meaning the person who did the wrong that caused you to be injured. So in Florida, you actually can't even file a lawsuit with a punitive damages claim. That's not allowed. You file your lawsuit claiming negligence, and throughout the discovery process, if things come out that show that they were grossly or recklessly negligent, you can ask the judge to allow you to make the argument to a jury that not only should you recover for the injuries caused, but they should be punished for how grossly negligent their behavior is so that this does not happen to anybody else again.
Oh, wow. Well, that's very important. I mean, when appropriate. And then last but not least, you have the on-the-spot calculator at mylegaladvocate.com's homepage. What is the value of that for the community?
Right. So for our listeners or anybody listening in who may catch this later on, if you go to mylegaladvocate.com, if you've been injured in a car accident or any other type of injury, we have a case calculator, a case evaluator on our website, where if you put in your name, your information, some background facts as to what happened, you will get a kind of a value of where you are and how you can estimate your claim to be worth. We'll get an email with your answers, and we will get back to you within 24 hours to discuss your results and what you could look for in a potential claim if you have one.
That is incredible. So I highly encourage everyone to visit mylegaladvocate.com and if in the event you do have an injury or one of your friends or family, you can fill that out and schedule a meeting with the firm. You can also call the firm at 561-847-2868 and speak with Juan or his partner, Tim Marecki. And this has been really informative. And also remember, you can also still have that opportunity to submit your car insurance policy to info@mylegaladvocate.com and get your car policy reviewed. And remind us again, why is that important, Juan?
Well, when you get into if you're injured in a car accident, you need three things. You need to not be at fault. Hopefully you're not injured, but to have a claim, you need to be injured. And either you or the person that hit you needs to have insurance. In Florida, most people, not most, but a lot of people are driving without adequate coverage. You cannot control the insurance that other people are driving around with. You can control what you're covered for. So if you don't want to leave it to a lottery ticket that a person who recklessly hits you has the insurance that you need to get compensated, worry about your own insurance. We can take a look at it and tell you what you're covered for. You would not imagine how many times people tell us, oh, I have full coverage. And when we look at their policy, that means nothing in Florida. So please let us review your policy. It's better to be proactive than reactive. So info@mylegaladvocate.com. Send your policies to us. We'll get back to you with our review within 24 hours.
That is incredible. So everyone visit mylegaladvocate.com, or you can email info@mylegaladvocate.com to have your car insurance policy reviewed. You can also fill out the case calculator on the website, and there's a lot of valuable information on the website that we can all learn from, because education is prevention. And with that, Juan Medolla, thank you for educating us today, and have a great weekend.
Same to you. Have a good weekend, everybody.
All right, we'll be here every Friday at 10:30 teaching you about your rights. Have a great day.